What's going on, YouTube? My name is NC2 and welcome back to Season 4, Week 5 of the NPL. I know I haven't uploaded the past 3 or so matches. I've been really kind of busy and just kind of like lazy on uploading this season. But I'm gonna upload this one. You're gonna see what happens. I'm going up against one of the better teams in the league, or I guess competitors in the league. By Aki VGC, or Aki YT is his showdown name. But we are going to get right into the battle because some stuff goes on here, and I'd like to talk about some stuff in the middle of the match. So first up we got Chestnut, Slowbro, King Drag Gudra, Mega Medicham, Heatran, and Tornadus. And then we got Reuniclus, we got Stunfisk, Manaphy, Fortress, Drifloon, and Megazard X. And I like the Shiny Drifloon, but we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna play. As you can see, he has his have fun, bro, and I put my good luck, have fun. A little late, but I bring out Lava Boy just to get my rocks up because I really don't want Charizard switching in and getting too many. I don't want his Charizard coming in and just destroying my team. He goes for Discharge. It breaks my balloon, which is unfortunate turn 1, and I get paralyzed turn 1, which is also unfortunate. He sends in his Gudra. He goes for his Stealth Rocks. He goes for Toxic while I go for my Dragon Tail. Switch out. Hopefully I get the Charizard to come in, but it's okay because I get the Manaphy to come in. He switches into a Stunfisk knowing that I probably have Thunderbolt, which I do, which is a good play on his part. He probably knows that I'm not the best. I don't go for the best moves right away. I should have carried Power Whip on this thing just in case, but the moveset I brought on Gudra was probably the best that I wanted to have brought. Which was, I believe, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Draco Meteor, and I would Dragon Tail. So we keep going here. I go Dragon Tail. Maybe I can get that Charizard to come in, but I bring in Fortress. And Fortress, I don't know why he stayed in with Fortress. I think he just saw that there was no reason to come out, and I brought the Flamethrower and I killed the Fortress. Maybe he thought that he didn't really need Fortress this match, or maybe he thought he outsped with Fortress. Maybe he outsped Crab. I think I had put a little investment into speed. I'm not quite sure why he stayed in with Fortress. Maybe he thought Fortress wasn't a good matchup here, and maybe he could just spin if he was outsped. But he goes for, I get my Toxic damage going down, and he goes for Shy Shock and kills my Goober, which was probably my only good check to Manaphy other than Chestnut. But other than Manaphy, Gudra doesn't do well unless it's like Stunfisk or something like that. It doesn't do well against his team, so Gudra kind of did its part and to take out at least one Mon. Excuse me. So then I send out Cloud9 mainly because I can get a knockoff of this thing. Maybe I can knock its item off because leftover recovery on a Magic Guard Reuniclus is not what I want to deal with. So I try to go for my knockoff here, knowing that I'm faster. He goes over to his Stunfisk. Knockoff does 22%, gets rid of his leftovers, and I try to calc this out, and I know for a fact I don't kill with a Hurricane or any moveset that I have on my squad. So I go for Chestnut here to take at least one hit. He goes for Discharge. Thankfully, I don't get paralyzed here. And unfortunately, what I was kind of dumb enough to not bring was a Grass Stab move, mainly because he has 2 Mons. Very kind of weak on this team right now to Grass, and it was kind of like boned me in the end of the game, near the end of the game. But I like how I have Sugarman as a female. Knowing that I go for Leech Seed every time whenever he has this Mon out because I can take a hit. He goes into his Reuniclus, and I know I had to switch out. I go into my boy Heatran, and he goes for Side Shock. Doesn't do much damage at all, which is really nice. He switches out and he goes into his Manaphy mainly because he knows that I can probably do something. Magma Storm. I kind of went for Magma Storm here instead of Earth Power because not only that Reuniclus is actually very especially defensive, but Magma Storm, if he does have leftovers, not only does it do damage, but it also kind of does 12% at the end of the turn. So it gets rid of his leftovers, recovering does 6% more damage. I go into my Chestnut here to take a hit from this Manaphy. He goes for Scald. Thankfully, I don't get the burn. I kind of think that what I want to think is that the burn at the beginning, or I guess the paralysis from the Stunfisk turn 1 on the Heatran was kind of like a good offset to not get my chestnut burned right away. Sorry. And so he switches out and he goes into his reading eclipse again, knowing I'm in a leech seed. I probably should have gone for a different move, but I really didn't have a different move other than a fighting stab. And he goes for Calm Mind. And now I'm kind of fearing a little bit because other than Gudra, and if he didn't have Psyshock, my entire team really does not take anything from this thing. So he goes. I go for Thunder Wave, get that young yellow hacks, the yellow god himself, the paralysis. Goes for Shadow Ball, almost kills me, so I'm kind of forced to switch out here. And I go into Heatran to at least take one hit. He is paralyzed, which is I'm thankful for that. He has to switch out here because if I keep Magma Storming, he's gonna whittle and whittle and whittle down. I go for Earth Power just to at least get some damage off. And I do get quite a few damage off, but I go back on the Slowbro so I can get some Regenerator off. He misses his Toxic, which is very unfortunate. It was very kind of important that he got at least one Toxic on a Mon, but this one he missed. And he goes for a Rain Dance, and I go for Shadow Ball. Does a little bit, does 10% damage, or 12% damage, but he easily gets that back with Shadow Ball. And I go into my Chestnut here, and he goes for Rest. And this was a very good setup for a Manaphy because other than Chestnut and my Grass Stab, I did not have an answer to this thing. He goes back up and rests back up with Hydration. He goes into his Reuniclus. I go for Earthquake. This is 18%. Easily gets 6% of that back with leftover recovery. I'm forced to switch out into Heatran. And he goes for Side Shock. Doesn't quite kill, but I think at this point Heatran does its job, and I have to just let this thing die. I go for Magma Storm here. Doesn't do much damage in the rain, but it still does 12% damage either way. I stay in another turn, gets the Scald, and I go down. I send in Tornadus here to do at least some work. I do my knockoff. I get a leftover recovery taken off of him, and he goes for a Scald here, which is quite a bit of damage. It does about 34%. And now I go for Tailwind because I think he's gonna kill me, but he goes for Rain Dance, which is actually a very smart move. I go for Hurricane, do 38%, get the confusion, and Manaphy becomes confused. I am left at and if he were to have got this move off, he gets confused and hurts himself in confusion, which is unfortunate because if I did not realize this, but if he were to have landed the Scald, I would have died, and that would have turned the tide of the game, and I probably would have lost this game, mainly because I'm down 4-5, and I would have been down 3-5 working with Mons that weren't very good against his team. And he goes out in his Drifloon knowing that he has to at least let something die here to at least get rid of this rain. So I literally Hurricane everything as much as I can, and knowing that I have as many Hurricanes up, it's very notable that you had to at least sack something when you're going up against a 252 max special attack Tornadus. So and in the rain when you're obviously getting hit by a hurricane. So I go into Chestnut here to take a hit from this this Stunfisk, and it doesn't do much damage, of course. I goes into Ryu because I go for Drain Punch here just to do some damage. I get a crit, but it really didn't matter. He just leftover recovery up anyways. I go into Slowbro here to take a hit, and he goes for Side Shock. Doesn't do much damage, which is very thankful for me. And some things happen here in the next 2 turns. He gets paralyzed, which is the big thing right there. He gets paralyzed. I go for another Shadow Ball. It does the damage. He goes for Recover. I literally just have to keep spamming Shadow Ball here until something happens. And then he goes on to his Stunfisk. I know for a fact I don't outspeed, but I get the special miss fact, but I just stay in with Slowbro anyways. He goes for Toxic, which is very important. I go for Shadow Ball. I kill Stunfisk with Slowbro. And now it's 3-4. Very I'm coming back here. There's no way. I have the advantage here at 4-3. I have more Mons, but then again, there's the Reuniclus that's just gonna mess me up here. He goes on to his Manaphy to at least do some work. He knows about he outspeeds. He's just gonna go for Rest. So I bring sorry, I'm running out of breath. I don't know how to really talk with breathing and stuff like that. I just ramble and stuff like that. So, knowing that he was gonna rest up and knowing he was gonna outspeed me, I go into Mega Medicham, and Mega Medicham hits everything really hard. Not realizing this, turn 38, I have not got my Mega off yet. Neither has he. I go for Fake Out, just to get some chip damage off. And what I probably should have done, because like if we go back the last turn, I go into my Manaphy, or he used Manaphy, and then I go into my Zen. He rests all the way up, and he goes into Charizard, losing half his health, and then I do about 25% to him with Fake Out. If I were to have stayed in and gone for Drain Punch, I would have killed this Charizard. Or I think I would have killed this Charizard. It wasn't. Oh shoot, that's my phone. I don't think I would 100% kill this Charizard pre-Mega, because I believe this was a little bit more bulky Charizard. I think it was like max HP, max attack, or something like that, because some of the calcs were wrong that I did, because I didn't think he was max HP. But I stay in with Zen, and he says these words to me. He's like, fun speed ties, and I'm like, do I risk this speed tie? Because if I lose Zen here, I lose my my win con to not only his Charizard but to his Manaphy, because I'm max speed. I am in fact max speed Tim, or Jolly Nature Zenyatta, or Mega Medicham. So I freak out a little bit, and I panic, and I switch out, and I go into Slowbro to take at least one hit from this thing.